Welcome to another delightful episode of Sunday Night Alive Power Hour with your host, Soldier of Self-Mastery, at your service right out of Stockton, California. Indeed, it is a privilege and an honor to be here on this Sunday evening, Sunday afternoon. My friends, this is our program. What is this program all about? This program is all about education. It's about motivation and self-improvement. Now, since this is our program, what is on your mind? What is lurking beneath that super mind of yours tonight, my friend? What is it that you want to bring to the table and discuss? This is a live and interactive program, so I welcome each and every one of you from around the world as you participate with me here. And we're getting ready to start the program here. In a minute here, we're getting ready to do I've got some things that we're going to go through here. First thing I want to do is I want to get this house cleaning out of the way, and then we're going to read a quote from my business partner's book, promoting his book this week, so you can see it. It's called The Roadmap to Your Extraordinary Life. It's a great read. It's actually a great curriculum. It takes you through some really cool stories, some biographies, and then there's some self-help portions of the book. So Cephas Tope, my business partner, I don't know if he's watching the program tonight. Let me read just a little bit about the back. It says, Cephas Tope is on a life mission to inspire and empower people in a context of love and generosity to achieve and live their highest vision in harmony with the highest good of all concerned. He's the founder of HighAchievers.me and wrote the roadmap to your extraordinary life to teach experts on a mission how to become a more positive, confident, and fulfilled person. Of course, there's a little bit more there. So the link to this book, and I'm going to read just a little bit out of it, not much, a little bit, because the time is going to go by very quick. And at the top of the chat, there's some information at the top of the chat. Please, if you get a chance there, not if you get a chance, go through some of that information there, because I definitely want to know who you are and where you're from. So once again, our episodes are on Fridays and Sundays, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I encourage you to bring a friend. Make sure you bring your mind, open mind, because open mind is like a parachute. Parachute only works when it's open. And take some notes, if you will. All right, we're going to have a great Sunday here, and time is going to go by very quick. By the way, once again, at the top of the chat area, okay, the chat area there on your screen or wherever you may find yourself, there are going to be a couple of links. Okay, number one, coaching for results. There's going to be a link at the top of the chat. I'm offering one free consult. Okay. Thank you, Gary, wherever you might be, Gary, today. Thank you for your donation. It is going to help me. It's going to help us. You team up with me. Whenever you donate to this mission, which is what I'm going to share with you here, whenever you give, you actually become a partner with me in helping other people. And that should make you feel great. So thank you, Gary, for your donation. I mentioned Cephas's book. And here's something I want to share. Actually, I'm not going to get into it right now. I'm going to read that possibly later on. So, my friends, the program is on. I want to welcome Laura here to lurk. LOL. Thank you, Laura. Yumoto, motorized bicycles. Hey, Jim. Good to see you here. Good to have you here. In fact, Jim has. I had a chance to. I had the privilege of speaking to Jim over the phone earlier, and we spoke a little bit about some ideas that he's sharing with me that would actually make the program, actually make my mission go further out into the world. And I'm definitely contemplating those great ideas. Thank you, Jim. I appreciate that. And we're going to try to bring in something that you shared that you wanted to speak about and that is goals. I believe that the problem gambler, the person that is addicted, needs to be focused on goals. He should be kind of learning a little bit more about goals, because by default, by default, you and I we're accomplishing goals by default. Some of those goals are unaware, that we're not even aware that we're accomplishing certain goals. But later on, we see the results of those goals, right? And some of those results are not good. So that's why I say we accomplish goals by default, almost like under the radar. But when you begin to study and you begin to sit down and really harness the power of setting goals and achieving goals, the system, it's a kind of a system. I'm not an expert in this, okay? But I do set goals and I achieve goals. And I'll tell you one thing, it does definitely feel good to check off those goals. So Jim brought that on. I thank you for that. Maybe we'll talk a little bit about it. Raquel, we missed you last week. We talked about your ideas. Welcome to the program. By the way, this is episode number 36. We've gone through 36 episodes. Amazing. In fact, I didn't even read did I read? No, I didn't read it. Let me get into this. Come on, Santos. Let's get into this. All right. This is out of my business partner's book. And by the way, his link is right there in the chat area. If you, I think it might be $12 for this. It's a great book. It's a great little study book. Anyways, here's today's proverb. It's a quote from James Allen, and we're going to read a little bit about what Cephas has expressed in this quote, or after this quote. James Allen wrote, "Men do not attract what they want, but what they are." Interesting. This literally means that your life is being shaped by what you think. Something that I bring up often. What you believe. I'm going to ask you the question, what are you thinking about tonight or this evening, this afternoon? Laura says she's got something lurking underneath right here in the seventh reservoir. We're gonna see what it's all about. So, and how you see yourself. If you want to create an extraordinary life, you must look deep within, because that's where the answer to the questions you've been asking lies. Okay, so we've gotten done with that portion of the program. That's a great proverb, Cephas. Thank you for reminding us. And I want to ask, actually, I want to go through the list of people that are here with us. I want to thank each and every one of you to this episode. And then I'm going to ask you a question, a very, very serious question. Mark, welcome to episode number 36. Laura, Raquel, Daniel, welcome to the program. Nice to see you here, my friend. It's getting chilly, even in California. By the way, I know people are sending me messages. Paradise, California has been wiped off. And it hasn't been wiped off the map, but the city, that area there near Los Angeles, up there, actually a little bit from Sacramento, California, up there in that area, has been burned to ashes. Man. In fact, I was reading a little bit. Firefighters were saying that they've never seen what's been happening in California. They've never seen these fires, the way that things are happening in their lifetime of fighting fires. They've never seen things like this. I find it I don't find it very unusual because I'm a religious person and I study the Bible a little bit. I see some very dangerous things happening in many different ways. And of course, it's not just in California, it's all over the world. I do not like to read a lot of the news. I don't spend too much time in the news because it can become very depressing. It's one of the reasons why I turned away from television, because I noticed that after sitting there on a couch or on the bed, laying there watching programming, even if it was the cowboy westerns or Star Trek, or what's the other one? The other one that I used to watch, The Twilight Zone. There's an element that feeds your mind, and we're not even unaware sometimes that we're being that seeds are being deposited into our mind. And then later on, a week later, something happens and we don't realize what's going on. Why am I feeling this way? Why am I down? Why don't I have the energy to go forward in life? Seeds that have been planted kind of like under the radar into your subconscious, my friends. And we have to be careful with a lot of that today, through on YouTube, Facebook, or any other social media that we might be spending time in. Associations, we don't have to go far with that, because we know one deadly place that we should not even be thinking about. In fact, earlier I was reading, and I'm going to share something about Canada here in a minute, and the word addict came in. This program really isn't about addiction. This program is about education. It's a live interactive program. It's about education, and it's about motivation and self-improvement. By the way, I want to move into that Google Hangout, but I'm not getting the cooperation that I need from those of you that are participating. I need to know if you guys want to move into a Google Hangout. It's going to benefit all of us. Let me know, my friends. I'm going to keep pushing this because I want to help you guys. I truly, not only you, but I'm helping myself in the process. I want to help people worldwide. And of course, I'm already doing that. But I want to go bigger. I'm going to go large scale. Radio, podcast, T-shirts, more books. What else? Oh, I'm coming out with a new Breakthrough Academy. Okay, that's going to be out pretty soon, my friends. It's not going to be free, and we're not going to find it on YouTube, but it will be very affordable. I will definitely make it affordable, especially to those of you that are interested, that follow me here on YouTube. I will. It's going to be a seven videos, 7 modules with a curriculum, kind of a study curriculum. It's a step-by-step how to defeat, how to crush problem gambling. That's what it is. It's a step. I've never done anything like that before. Okay, step by step. So it's going to be available. I will let you guys know, and make sure to subscribe. Make sure to subscribe to soldiersofselfmastery.com/happier. There is a gift waiting for you there, my friends. So Raquel says vlogs. Laura Pender says, I'm looking forward to Breakthrough Academy. Me too, Laura. It's going to challenge you. I'll tell you that much. But the thing about it is, it's going to be a step-by-step guideline, something that you can study, you can really focus on. It's going to be totally a little bit different than what I've been doing on YouTube. And my book. So my book is actually the new revised book is going to be coming out also. The older book is still on Amazon, but the new one is going to be a lot better. It's going to have simpler content, kind of follow along. So I'm looking forward to that. So I appreciate your ideas. I appreciate each and every one of you. Now I'm going to ask you a question. Earlier, how about a call-in setup? Jim says, motorized bicycle. How about a call-in setup? That's another program. I mean, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of great ideas that I have written down. The timing is an issue. I have a lot of cogs in the wheel right now, but I'm looking forward into 2018. I'm going to make some greater things happen. And all of you that are participating, you're all a part of this program. So I encourage you to stay with me. I encourage you to follow. And you know what? Absorb what it is that you need into your life. Absorb it. If you're struggling with gambling right now, absorb what's coming through this program. Absorb what's coming through the videos. Take a look make some little investments, financial investments, my friends, into buying some tools that you can use, bits and pieces throughout your day. So this is my encouragement for you today. You don't have to stay where you're at. If we choose to stay, it's a choice. If we choose to move on, it's a choice. But we all know very importantly that it's a process, right? It is a process, but we should not be staying in the same place. If we're there, man, we definitely need to look into that and find out, why am I here? Why am I, what is it that I need to do to get over this this speed bump? What is it that I need to do to get out of this quagmire that I'm in? Where can I go? What can I feed on? Remember, the battle starts in the mind. It's won here, and we train here. So I've been having, Raquel, I'm sorry about hearing this. You know, I'm gonna address this, Raquel. It's so bad that I've been having suicidal thoughts. I know I was there at one time too. I'll tell you one thing. Reach out to me if you want to. If you're having suicidal thoughts, I'm asking you to reach out to me. You can send me an email, and we can connect via phone. I'd be more than willing to talk with you for a little bit. And just recognize that suicide is not the answer. You're gonna, you know, you may eliminate a problem, or you may seemingly eliminate a problem, but think about what's going to happen afterwards, the aftermath. You know, the what do they call it? The not the aftermath, but the consequences of somebody taking their own life. I spoke about this last week about a couple of friends of mine that on the last episode that committed suicide. It's just, it's not good. You don't want to go there. So Raquel, my link is at the top of the chat. I am advising you to call, to send me an email so I can get a number and we can connect and maybe talk a little bit, figure out, you know, analyze your situation. Because I know some of you are hurting. I can tell by some of your comments and by the fact that some of you guys come to the program, some of you guys don't miss the program. There's something going on. And I definitely need your help in what I'm trying to do. I want to reach people. This is one of the reasons why I'm here, because I know suicide is, in fact, I was reading an article. Well, I'm not going to get into it. Yes, I am. I'm going to pull it up here. I was reading an article, and this is what the article reads. Just going to read a little bit of it. But check this out. Dr. David Phillips, a professor of sociology at the University of California in San Diego, examined death certificates in major gaming cities in the United States, Atlantic City, Las Vegas, Nevada, and Reno, and found that suicide rates were up to 4 times higher than in comparably sized cities where gambling is not legal. So this is a very, very serious situation. So I'm taking this very serious, Raquel. Make sure that you get a hold of me, okay? Contact me. Send me an email. Let's talk after the program, okay? Let me know. Promise me. I'll be here for you, all right? Collateral damage. Laura says, my ex-husband committed suicide and has harmed our son emotionally forever. It's, you know, it's just a horrible, that's why I teach a lot about the mind. I teach a lot. And this is one thing that I really train in the Breakthrough Academy. I mentioned this. I train in the mind, and I talk to people about the mind, because this is where it all happens. And, you know, most people today, sadly, most people are opening their minds. They have opened their minds to whatever. Horror movies, movies filled with pornography. And of course, when we open ourselves up to gambling casinos, you know, as we go further into the future, these engineers, the engineers that are producing the software, that are creating the software for these machines, they are creating these, and it's not just the machines, it's the casino. The entire casino is set up in a very elaborate way to keep you there and draw you back. But the main thing is the computer, okay? That video game, they're turning into video games. It's a computer, artificial intelligence. This is being engineered to basically keep you there, to almost to take a portion of your mind. You ever notice that sometimes you go to the same machines? Have you ever noticed that in a casino? I remember, man, I used to get into fights with people because I would find people at the machine where I wanted to be at. There was something about that machine. And I'm telling you, my friends, this is a very, very serious issue. You know, problem gambling and addiction is not going to get better for people that don't. It will not get better for people that do not have a system, a plan. You know, uh, I remember when I first started transforming my life, I was like walking around in the dark. I didn't have a system. I didn't have any help. I was just walking around grabbing bits and pieces of whatever I could get a hold of. And it wasn't a very good plan. It was a plan, but it wasn't a very good plan. When it really started happening for me was when I began to put these life hacks that I talk about, when I began to kind of create my own system. And yes, I did get some help. I needed some help. So please, if you are there, I'm sorry to hear about your loss, Laura, and I pray that your son would eventually, I would hope that your son eventually would come out of that. You know, we really need to be praying for ourselves and asking the Creator to give us the strength and the ability. I do this every day. I'm not ashamed to say this in front of you guys. I'm not a church person, okay? I will not step foot in a church, but I do meditate on scripture and I do pray because I know that is my primary foundation. All these books and tools and notes and everything else and videos, that's all secondary to me. That is all secondary. So I would encourage you. Laura says, get a kitten, an animal. Yes, that could be part of a plan. I have had similar thoughts. Joe says similar thoughts. I know, I remember when I used to get those thoughts. You have a window, my friends. Listen to me very clearly in this program. I know that I've got some other things and time is moving right along, but I want you to hear what I have to say about your thoughts and your mind. Okay? If you are at a place in time right now where you feel like your mind is almost out of control, don't. Whatever you do, seek help. Seek help. I offer a 30-minute, 45-minute consultation free at no charge. You're welcome to connect with me. There are doctors, there are suicide lines out there. You may have a good friend, somebody that doesn't gamble, somebody that's not an addict. Well, everybody has an addiction of some sort, but I'm talking about serious problematic addictions. You need to get help, my friend. Do not play with those thoughts. Do not play. Think about, I've had people in my life, I've known people personally that have committed suicide in horrible ways. And I reflect back, when I think about these people, I didn't have the mindset that I have today, but I do know this, that the moment that we allow certain thoughts to burrow and dig in. So you have between 70 and 80,000 thoughts. Who came up with those numbers? I'm not sure, but it is estimated through studies and research that we have about 70 to 80,000 thoughts flowing through our heads, through our minds every single day. The same thoughts that you had yesterday, 70 to 80,000 of them, or it could be more or less. But the point is that our minds are like a big movie screen. And unless you have a plan, and unless you are doing something about those thoughts, my friend, it could result in a tragedy. And we see it. We know it's a reality. It's not something that, well, maybe, no, it will happen. That's why I'm very careful where I go and what I look at, what I listen to, because seeds are being planted under the radar into your mind. And again, if you have a serious problem with gambling, connect with me. Connect with me. Get some help. Soon as you get off this, in fact, if you need to get off this program, get some help. Make a phone call. Do something. Don't stay where you're at. You know, you may put an end to something there, but remember the aftermath, the damage, the collateral damage, as Jim says, that is going to take place once you're gone. The hurt. You know, the pain, people asking, man, why did she do it? Why did he do it? They're not going to know. Only you know, because only you know what's going on in your head. So what's your email address, Santos? If you go, Raquel, can you go to the top of the chat? If you go to the very top of the chat, you should be able to see it. Can you see the top of the chat? You can go directly to my website right there. You can click on the link and it'll open up a screen wherever you are. And it'll contact me. It'll be right there, and it's actually, in fact, let me see if I can type it in here. I know it's a little bit, let me see if I can type it. Santos Rolon at Soldiers of Self-Mastery.com. That's my email address. Santos Rolon at soldiersofselfmastery.com. I'm trying to figure out that hack. Which one? Which one? By the way, I'm going to share something with you guys here. We're winding down. Okay, so let me know you got it, Raquel. It's right there in the chat room. Please, I'm very serious about this. When somebody mentions the word suicide, suicidal thoughts, I don't like to play around with that kind of stuff, man. I will be there, Laura, 4 times higher, Laura says. So Joe, welcome to send me an email if you need to connect with. Like I said, I offer a 30-minute, 40-minute free consultation. I realize that this is all I can offer. I can't change you. I can give you, I could offer some advice. I can ask you some very important questions that'll help you think. I really want to get you guys thinking. That's the important thing. A lot of problem gamblers do not think. They don't think. They don't stop to think because our minds are so hypnotized. We're so wired. I mean, we're in a hypnotic state. If you've ever recognized that, if you've ever heard, I've said that before, you are in a hypnotic state. Anything that is not healthy for you, that you are continually doing, recognize this. You are hypnotized. Okay? And that's why if you continue going down that path, all you're doing is you're strengthening that hypnotic state. So you need to get yourself hypnotized in a different hypnotic state. Okay? In fact, I'm going to share something with you guys, and maybe some of you will believe this, some of you won't. Part of this programming that I have here on this Sunday Night Alive is actually, in a sense, working on producing a hypnotic state in your mind. But it's a positive hypnotic state. Truth. Study what I'm talking about. Go on Google and read about people hypnotizing people. See, I don't have to put you to sleep to hypnotize you. Okay, there's a certain way to do that. The person that is doing, first of all, he has to know exactly what he's doing. And I'm doing this to help people. I'm not doing this for a wrong, no. I mean, that's not, no. But this is truth. We can put ourselves in a trance. I put myself in a trance all the time. And I reprogram myself, especially early in the morning to start my day. And this is what I teach. So I'm trying to figure out that hack. Yumoto says, I'm not sure what you mean there. Maybe you can break that down. More like a fog. Yeah, you get, I mean, we must, before entering 2019, we must begin really thinking about where we want to be. We got to be thinking about the brain. We got to study this a little bit more. You got to practice the art of thinking. I'm going to read something to you guys out of Cephas's book. Okay, hopefully this will make sense. This is what Cephas says in page 10 of his book. He says, can I be honest with you for a moment? Pain is one way the universe gets your attention. There's no mistake, only lessons. And if you don't learn the easy lesson, they only get harder. So the pain that we may all be going through, the addictions, the problems, that should get us to sit down and think, man, this has got my attention. Okay, what is it? What's going on here? Okay, what is going on? What do I need to be doing? What is the best direction for me? the best direction for me. We need to be really stopping to think about these things, because if we don't, again, I'm a big thinker and I wasn't like that. I'm going to share a statistic out of that I read also. Canada has, just like the UK, they have a lot of government sponsored gambling program. The US does too. Now, I don't know what the number is for the US. I couldn't find it. I couldn't find these statistics, but I read this. Canada brings in, through government sponsored gambling or their programs, 25 billion a year. Now, I don't know if this was last year or the year before. I don't know the exact year. But think about that number. 15 to 50% of the people that are in the casinos are being exploited. Government exploitation. And, they're not out to create addicts, right? They're not out to create problem gamblers, but that's exactly what they're doing. $25 billion a year revenue through government-sponsored gambling. I could imagine what the U.S. is, some of these other countries around the world. So, my friends, we're getting ready to wind down a little bit here. I wrote this question. Have you ever considered that your addiction is one way of telling you, stop and look at your life? Look at your life. The casinos are like yelling at us. The machines are yelling at us, right? When we pull money out of our pocket, it's yelling at us. Stop. Look at your life. What are you doing? Better yet, not what are you doing, because you already know what you're doing. What do you need to do to get away from all this pain? So let's get into this. I think that what we do is really related to how we physically feel. It goes back and forth also. Yeah, your thoughts. You can actually heal yourself to a certain degree through your thoughts. I mean, your thoughts are powerful. Your mind is extremely phenomenal. That's why everything is geared towards your mind, right? Your eyes, your ears, taste, but mainly like in the casinos, obviously those machines are engineered to capture. They're engineered to put a sharp hook in your jaw. And let me tell you, once that hook is in there, it's not, I mean, it can be cut out, but sometimes it's in there so deep. If you've ever gone fishing, I remember I used to go fishing until I fell in the river a couple years ago. I don't go to the river fishing anymore. I fell in the Delta. I was hanging out with my fishing pole, my license on my ball cap, cell phone underneath this cement slab underneath the bridge down here in one of the deltas off of Highway 5 in here in California, and I slid right into the water near this. I couldn't get myself out, my friends. I couldn't get myself out. I lost my cell phone. By the way, I was fishing, and I was talking to a friend of mine by the name of Eric. I fell in the water. I lost my fishing pole. I lost my cap, my license, my cell phone, and I drove home 30 miles soaking wet. Man, I never went back to fishing. But if you've ever caught a fish, sometimes the hook is so deep inside that you have to cut that hook out. And I'm telling you, gambling, the addiction can be like that sometimes. It can be so deep, The air in casinos is very unhealthy. Hey, Rob, welcome to the program. So much dust coming off the ceilings when you come home, always dirty, disgusting. Well, they have a special ventilation, I hear, in these casinos. I don't know what kind of ventilation, but there's something going on in these casinos. There's a lot of devious tricks. There's a lot of not chicanery. There's a lot of planning and engineering in the casino, from the carpet to the drapes and the rooms and the way that they have the machines and even the food areas. All of that. It's all engineered, my friend, for deceiving people. For what? Deceiving them to stay there. And then their advertisements. It's crazy. I drove by a casino the other day, I didn't even look. In fact, I didn't even notice it that time that I drove by it. Red Hawk. I drove by it really quick. Usually I go by it and I'll give it the finger. I'll start yelling in my car, do something, because that's a seed. That could become a thought, right? You look at a casino, you look at the billboards and stuff. Next thing you know, the thought is in your head, and you have a 5-second window to dismiss evil thoughts, or any thought for that matter that you want to get rid of. 5 seconds. Within that 5-second window, if you don't do it, it begins to plant a seed in your mental garden. Watch out, my friends. So it's bad air, yeah. I just assume not even, obviously I don't want to go there anymore. That's not my place. There was just a fight over gambling. Someone got killed. I've been to Red Hawk. Yeah, it's a horrible place. I mean, I've been there, and I drive by there once in a while. I have a business friend that's up near that area. And I remember I used to test myself. I'm going to go up here and no, but now I don't have a problem. I can drive by the casinos. It's not a problem. Why? Because, I have a plan every single day, and I've been able to with the help of others, I've been able to strengthen myself. So I want to see if there's anybody else here. Okay, guys. So I want to, if this program is benefiting you, let me know. Let me know how can I make this program better for all of us? How can I make this program? I really need your feedback. I want to do better. I'm a one-man show here. Okay, my partner's supposed to come on one of these days, but he hasn't. But in a sense, I am a one-man show from my end. I know if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be here. So I have to say thank you. It's an honor and a privilege. But I want you guys to contribute in helping me make this program better. I want to reach out further. I want to reach more people. There's a lot of people out in the world that have no idea that this program exists, that my YouTube channel exists, and they're out there. In fact, every once in a while, I might get a phone call or an email, a comment from somebody that I've never met before, and they're out in some part of the world that I'm even surprised that they have Wi-Fi. And, there's a lot of people hurting. There's a lot of people hurting. And I know that some of you guys on this program are hurting too. And I pray that tonight, there's been something said, something shared, maybe a comment posted that will help you take your next step and become, take your next step to creating a plan. Okay. Plan. We don't plan to fail. We fail because we don't plan. We must have a plan, whether it's for job hunting, whether it's for business developing, whether it's for self-improvement, whether it's to kill and crush addictions. We must have a plan in place. If you don't have a plan in place, you need to, hopefully here I'll be getting the step-by-step Breakthrough Academy out as soon as possible. That can be a good, solid little plan for you that you can begin working into your life. But in the meantime, you have videos. Obviously, I share my services. If you're looking for a coach and you're willing to invest a little bit in yourself, take me on. I'm all about results. I'm already there. I'm just going to help you get there. Again, you got to be dedicated, right? You got to want it. You got to want it bad. And here's another thing I'm going to leave you guys with. If you're struggling, it could be also that the vision that you currently hold in your mind is not adequate. It's not a good enough vision for you. You have to take that old vision that you have, right? The current existing one, and only you know what that is. And you need to bring a new one, okay? And you need to bring this through planning. You need to bring this vision and knock that old one off. That's how you get victory, my friend. That's what I'm going to be talking about more of in the Breakthrough Academy. So let this program be our accountability. Hey, there's a goal to set. This program could be your accountability. It can be. If you want me to ask you guys how you did this week with your cycle, I'll ask you. I don't like to put people on the spot, and I definitely do not want to embarrass anybody. I don't want to judge anybody. But if you guys really want me to help you, let me know. Talk to me. Share with me. Um, so and I asked you guys about Google Hangout. I'm not getting a whole lot of response there. Hopefully I will. Google Hangouts will be a lot better. And if you want me to be I'm gonna finish the program. Okay. We're coming close to the end. Once again, if you enjoyed this program, team up with me, donate financially. I want to give thanks to Gary for his contribution. But when you give to this mission, you're helping me, you're helping yourself, and you're helping other people. You are teaming up with Soldier of Self-Mastery to help other people. So don't be a cheesecake. Give. All right. My book will be back. Actually, my book is on Amazon. I'm going to leave it there temporarily till I put in the new one. My partner's book. This is a really good book. It's extremely affordable. The link is there at the top of the chat. Or you can simply go to High Achievers. You can see the address there. highachievers.me. And you can get your copy. It's a good book. It's a real good. In fact, I believe that it can help problem gambling too. In fact, I know it can. So, Cephas, wherever you are, thank you. And hopefully you'll get some people to connect with you on there. We're going to be back here on Friday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Bring somebody along, invite somebody. Share these videos if you enjoy them. And like I said, I have a coaching free consultation that I'm offering. You can go to soldiersofselfmastery.com and connect. We'll set an appointment and we will meet with you unless you are in a serious situation where you want to connect with me. And so the call to action, what is one goal per Jim's request? What is one goal that you can take and set from today going forward? What is one goal that you can take and set to help yourself get better, to begin kind of improving on your plan? So that's all I have today, my friends. Once again, I'm getting ready to visit the old folks home. I know there's some people that are waiting for me. I love putting smiles on the older people. Most of them are like little children. They've got dementia, just like my dad. He's there too, and I visit with my dad. I have a good time with him. I appreciate him. So once again, my friends, we've come to the end of another live and interactive program. I hope and believe that you've benefited from this program. I will pray for you. Yumoto, thanks. I will do it for the group, myself. I pray for you guys also in my prayers. I'm done with gambling, 2.5 years now. Congratulations, Rob. That's phenomenal. That is fantastic, man. I appreciate you sharing that. If Rob can do it, you guys can all do it. We can all do it. That's right, man. I tell you, freedom. It feels awesome. I'm going to go through a couple more here, comments, and then we're going to close the program. I'm going to remind you once again, set a goal, do something that's going to help you, challenge yourself. One of my goals that I've set for myself recently, and it's been doing very well, is no more complaining. Okay. No more. My wife says I complain too much. Well, I complain a little bit, but complaining a little bit is enough. So I'm challenging myself. It doesn't matter whether the food's cooked good or there's no food or the floor's dirty or whatever. I clean it and do it myself. No complaining. I'm challenging you, Santos. No complaining. So, yes, don't quit, Raquel. Feel so much better. I bet, man. There's nothing like this breakthrough. There's nothing like this freedom, and I want everybody else to experience this. Love, 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 love. Laura says, me too. Hang tough. Okay. Until our next episode, my friends, remember to make every day super fantastic, terrific, and over the top, in spite of and because of. I'll see you at the top on the inside. And I'm going to close with something here. Really quick, I want to close with this. YouTube can't copyright me on this one. Thank you for being here, Raquel. Thank you for being here. Daniel, Rob, Laura, Jim, Joe, and the rest. There were some visitors that kind of came in and left. Until my next program, Friday night, my friends. Soldier of Self-Mastery out.